Right, welcome to the Euro podcast with Gary Harris, Martin King, and myself, Matty Nash. We're here to react to the England versus the Czech Republic, a game of two halves, wasn't it, gentlemen?
Not really two halves. The first 12, 11 minutes, and then it faded badly. I thought the first till we scored, we was all right, and then we just went apart.
Yeah, I think
honestly, it was a shambles.
I think the old after we scored, it seemed promising, and then the old tactic of pass back, not forward came in.
Oh, don't start me on that. Fucking
it was
terrible.
boring to watch, wasn't it?
I think the way we played reflects Southgate's personality. Fucking boring. That's how I look at it. It was terrible. Sideways, backwards. Honestly, and even Alan Shearer said on the television earlier, stop this, and it was a great player for England and Newcastle, but stop this sideways, backwards nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, it's just terrible. Honestly, it's not entertaining. It's not good football. And anybody who thinks it is, it's fucking barking mad, I should imagine. It's terrible football. It's not entertaining. The two shining lights were Jude Bellingham when he come on, and Sacco, the young Arsenal kid.
Sacco.
The rest of them. Saka.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sacco. Saka. He was a shining light. He played out. Huh?
What to talk about Saka? The only England player that wanted to go forward.
Yeah.
As you said, Martin, the rest of them are sideways, backwards. It's boring. Okay, you keep the ball when you do that, but it's boring to watch. It gets you nowhere.
I just think, I was saying to Martin just before we came on, that we're not getting goals, and that is that because of the style of football or whatever. You know, we're certainly not very potent in front of goal. How many real good chances did we actually have on the night? Not that many. At the end of the day, we got opened up a couple of times by the Czech Republic, as I said to Martin.
Yeah.
The Czech Republic, one of the poorer sides in the competition. They're no mugs, no teams any mugs anymore, but the Czech Republic are not a France, they're not an Italy, they're not a Belgium, And I think, I'm afraid to say that a lot of people will be going, oh, yeah, brilliant, it's coming home. Well, I think there's going to have to be some serious changes if this is going to come home, because, quite frankly, we are not potent enough up front, and I'm afraid better sides are going to open England up and are going to score against us. We have to score. To win a game, you've got to score goals. We've scored 2 in 3. And for me, we don't look like we could score anymore. And I just think that looking at how we've played in the last 3 games, a good side will definitely open up and have really good goal scoring opportunities. And you get the likes of De Bruyne and all that when they're playing, they will take them opportunities. So therefore, the way we are, the style we're playing, whatever is causing us to be the way we are, in terms of we're just not potent enough in front of goal. We're not getting enough chances. And I'm afraid, to burst everyone's bubble, it ain't coming home. Not at this rate. I'm sorry.
No. It's just so the whole setup's negative, though, isn't it? The way he set the team up, the way again he's playing 2 holding midfield players from the start. The commentator saying, "Oh, I bet people ain't laughing now. We've got 2 holding midfield players." Really? He brought Jordan Henderson on, who done nothing basically. He don't play his normal game like he plays at Liverpool, all action and getting stuck in, getting the team of players around him moving. As I said, the 2 young boys, Saka and Jude Bellingham, they were the shining lights. They said we're trying to go forward.
Yeah, they were.
We've had this discussion so many times about negative football, and that was the prime example tonight of negative football.
Yeah,
and it's just so frustrating. You can't enjoy watching shit like that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, It's very draining. So, okay, gentlemen, we play back at Wembley because we've won
today.
We've won the group stage.
Yeah.
Do we know who we're playing yet?
No.
Okay.
Could be any one of that lot.
So
even Hungary got a chance.
Do you think the home advantage is going to be any good, or if we come up against what I call the top countries, we're going to come unstuck, aren't we, gentlemen? Let's be honest. If you've got players that, like you said, Gary, will take their chances in front of goal, I think we're going to be shown up.
How many times in that 90 minutes did you go, whoa? How many times?
Quite
How
a
many
few.
times you go, whoa?
Yeah,
none.
Quite a few.
I'm afraid that. Sorry?
Quite a few, mate.
Yeah? I must have fell asleep then.
What game was he watching?
All right. I know Sterling hit the post in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
I just don't see that, unless we can put goals in the back of that net. And we've played three sides we've played. Croatia are not the team they used to be. They've destroyed Scotland tonight, admittedly.
Yeah.
And I say that because even at 1-1, I checked the stats on the Scotland game, and Scotland only had 28% possession at that time. So Croatia were by far the dominant side in that game throughout. But they're not the side they used to be. Scotland again comes back to my theory that if you've got a side that are going to play out of their skin, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to have a tough game. And against England, they played out their skin. England didn't perform. But again, it comes back down to, as I said, that was their World Cup. That's proven, mate, because they've been smashed tonight against a side that, quite frankly, against England, I thought were piss poor. I didn't rate Croatia at all. They were piss poor. And they have totally smashed them. But I don't know. Maybe I just was negative tonight. I didn't really see that many opportunities. I don't know.
Nor did I.
Not the ones, mate, you go, oh, God, I don't know, really. But like I say, for me, unless we are going to be a lot more potent, a lot more chances. And like I say, Grealish got that ball in for that goal. Lovely, lovely ball. That was a lovely bit of play, starting with Saka. Great bit of play out the green, and eventually Grealish picks it up. And what we were saying after the Scotland game, he took the player on and he got that ball, beautiful ball across. Sterling couldn't do nothing else but score. And that's, again, something we're not seeing enough of with England. You're not seeing many players taking them on, getting that ball over.
I mean, I have to make you right, Gary. You always spotted Grealish. You said start him. Maybe he started because of the debacle about Mason Mount and
I don't think you've seen the best of Grealish tonight, though.
But
don't.
When they scored and Grealish took that player on, and Saka was running down the wing, I thought, hang on a minute, this is a different England. Then it all just went back to negativity and passing back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what Martin's saying.
That's what I'm saying. After
As soon as they got the goal, they just sat back. And
when it got ridiculous. There was all that time when we were appealing for a penalty when Harry Kane got, centre half. Harry Maguire got pushed in the back. The ball went back to the referee waved it away, and we got the ball back in their half. We had five England players around their penalty area, and Walker passed it, instead of crossing, he passed it all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Do you know when he did that, Martin? I actually thought you was in my head because I thought Martin's going to be fuming at that because you mentioned it in the previous game. From the
Well,
other,
I mention it every game.
from the opponent's half, he passes all the way back to his own goalkeeper. Negative.
Why? Who's what? But it seems like they're frightened to pass forward. You know, it's all sideways, backwards, sideways. And listen, when the goalkeeper got the ball tonight, instead of kicking it long and let to Kane because Kane is great at holding the ball up with his back to goal and bringing others into play. That's his game at Tottenham. I know he's got Son who's quick and he brings him in, but that's his game. We ain't playing with Harry Kane's strengths. They're fucking about round the 6-yard box, kick it to the keeper, kick it to Maguire, kick it to Stones, he kicks it back. We're messing about round the 6-yard box. We're putting ourselves under pressure.
We are.
Play to Kane's strengths. Kick it up to him. Let the fullbacks. How many times did you see Walker go over the halfway line? Not many.
Not many.
And you've got Shaw on the other side. Instead of overlapping when he's got a chance to overlap, he's holding back. The two fullbacks must be told, don't bomb on. But that's how you're going to get crosses into the box for Harry Kane.
And when it boils down to it,
it must do.
You must stuff. Something else they must do in training, and is practice how to fall on the floor.
Yeah, and not get up.
I'm not being funny. I've got to applaud the officials in this competition.
They've been good.
They are letting the game play. I've seen some crunching tackles, and they're letting them go, and I love that. It's great to see. But I got to admit tonight, Harry Kane was one in particular. He got a crunching tackle, and they must practice that little flick with their body on training. You know, their body as they're going down to make it look like they've been fucking hit with a sledgehammer.
A shot or a sniper. But the only good point with all the negativity on the performance was the crowd. Because they really tried to get England going, the crowd, didn't they? They were really behind the team. They didn't have a lot to cheer about, but they created an atmosphere, which I thought was quite good. Fair play to the England fans who were there. They really tried to get the team going.
45,000 next week.
Apparently so.
Yeah, 45 next week.
Okay, gentlemen, let's talk about VAR, because it's not been overused in this tournament, has it? Which I had a fear that it would be. I really did. What's your views on the VAR?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I guess the big question mark was over that penalty shout. Was it Maguire? I think it was Maguire, wasn't it? And when you look at it, mate, I mean, come on. There was contact. But was it worthy of a penalty?
No, never. He leant on him to get.
And had VAR been used, that they may have given that decision, and he did. Like I say, you know, it's a bloody man. Sorry, I know it's a female sport as well, but Jesus Christ, you know, men's football, man up, take a knock now and again. You know what I mean?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
happen. What you said, Gary, the officials have been very good. What you're saying, Gal? Yeah, the officials have been spot on.
I think it's been really good. Yeah,
I say that. I think coming into this tournament, I thought that VAR was going to be overused and relied on far too much. But as you said, Gal, VAR hasn't needed to been used that much because the referees and the linesmen have been bang on.
They are allowing the ref and the linesman to make that decision. If it really is controversial, then they'll bring it in. If the ref has got any doubt in his mind, they'll bring it in. They're still allowing that element of a ref to get it right or wrong, and that is, I think, brilliant. I think obviously my team were in the championship last year, but prior to that, obviously not. And for me, VAR is destroying football in the way we do it in this country. Because, you know, I've been at games where, don't get me wrong, I can't remember the players' names a while back, but I can't remember. I think it was against Burnley. And, mate, one of the guys got proper clattered in the area. And to be fair, it would have been a penalty had it been spotted, I think. Anyway, the game carries on. We go down the other end, we win a corner. The guy goes to take the corner, the ref whistles us all back for a penalty.
Ridiculous.
You know?
I remember that incident.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I was there, mate. It was like, what?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then the big fiasco at Spurs with Watford was 1 minute the screen was saying goal, right?
Oh yeah,
we were all cheering.
Yeah,
then the next minute it was saying no goal. Spurs were all cheering. The next minute it went no. But what is the worst thing about VAR is this, and I found it happening, Martin. I don't know what you feel with Chelsea, but I found in the end, for me going to football, that moment of a ball in the back of the net for your team is what it's all about. That moment of euphoria.
Yeah.
And that's what's being taken away. Because I found now the ball hits the back of the net and you cheer and you're thinking, right, we better watch the ref now.
Half-heartedly, yeah.
Is it really a goal? Is it?
Totally agree. Yeah.
And that's why I really hate VAR with a passion. However, they've used it really well in this competition. And I think in other countries they use it like this. I do think that it's not, whereas in this country, every bloody little thing is on it. You know?
I mean, we've had incidents last season in the Premiership where people's one toe or an elbow, you can't score your elbow, has been ruled out. You know, we've had Giroud last year, his elbow was offside. How the fuck can your elbow? You can't score with your elbow, yet his elbow was offside, or his toe was offside, or his laces was offside.
His front stud, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got ridiculous that some of the decisions in this country with VAR. But now, as you both said, it's been really well organised.
It's not been overused. Okay, I want to. You mentioned earlier, Martin, about Harry Kane and the strength of his game is playing the ball up to him when his back's towards goal and he can hold it up.
That's what he's
Harry Kane still didn't look the player he is.
No.
So the question I've got to both of you, and I suppose you can answer first, Martin, is what's going wrong with Harry Kane in this tournament so far?
Well, first of all, maybe it's the tactics which the manager's telling them to play. They're not getting the ball into Kane. He's good with his head. Get the crosses in, he'll get on the end of them. He's good with his back to goal, as you just said. He holds up play, brings others into play. They're not doing that. Maybe he's carrying an injury. He's not the quickest player, as we all know. But he's very skillful. He's got a great shot. We ain't seen him have a shot yet, have we? And the other thing is, the price.
One tonight.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't done bad out of 3 games, does he? Fucking hell. But the other thing is, is this price tag Tottenham have put on him of 100 to 200 million on his mind? Is he going to go Man City? Is he going to go Chelsea? Or does he know where he's going? Or does he don't know what he's doing? Is that playing on his mind?
Yeah.
But he ain't the player most clubs would love to have. But personally, on these last 3 performances, I wouldn't want Chelsea to buy him. Because I think it'd be wasting your money. Because I don't think he looks a £50 million player at the minute.
Okay, Gary, what's your views, mate? What's going wrong with Harry Kane?
Probably
star
the same
player.
as
Our star
forward.
Yeah,
but you say he's a star player, but then they're all star players, aren't they? What's going wrong with the rest of them?
Yeah.
Martin said something in his answer, and that was, is it the tactics? Harry Kane is not the man alone on that pitch who's got that star quality. Every single one of them players on that pitch have got that star quality. And are we truly seeing that quality come out like they do week in, week out for their clubs? We're not.
No.
So is it Harry Kane, or as Martin did allude to a little bit there, is it the fact he's playing for England? And for some reason, and we've seen this for years, haven't we? Great players. And for Suzuka play for England, something changes and they don't perform the way they do or the way you'd expect them to perform. I'm not sure if it's a Harry Kane thing with England. It's more an England thing, in my view.
More in England. Okay, right. I want to talk about Xhaka. He was a shining light in the first half, but then he kind of went with the rest of the team in passing back. And Gary, your man Grealish, should they both start the next game? Because this is the business end of it. This is the knockout tournament now.
I think I just backing up what I've already said. If we don't become more creative in that last third of the field, we're out. We are not going to stop the likes of Belgium, France, Germany, even Italy. Definitely, you're not going to stop them opening England up and potentially scoring goals. We have to score goals, and for me, Saka, without a doubt, I thought he, like Martin said, he was the shining light tonight. Grealish, I don't think we see the best of Grealish, but we see glimmers of it. Maybe another start for him. Might, but to me, they're creative players, and that for me, yes, the answer is yes. I'd start them both, because without creation, without more goal scoring opportunities,
we're out.
We're out.
Okay, Martin, you're obviously a Chelsea man. You've got the midfielder and Chelsea guy that's Mason Mount that's had to go into isolation. It's a farce, if you ask me, but we won't talk about that. Once he comes out of isolation, do you think he should go back into the starting 11?
Straight away.
Grealish and Xhaka?
Straight. No, I'd play all three.
You play all three?
Yeah. Because you've got to have your flair players, and like you've nailed the three flair players. You know, you can play Grealish off of Kane, you can play Mount off of Kane, you can play Saka. He started at Arsenal, I believe, at life as a full-back, and he's quick. He can defend, he can attack. So I'd put him in instead of Walker. I'd play three at the back, and then the two wing backs literally moving on, and I'd play Grealish up top with Kane, or Mount with Kane, or I'd find a space for all three of them players, because they're all flair players. They can all do something, whereas they're not mundane robots like a lot of the team.
Yeah,
you know, they don't. Phillips don't offer a lot going forward. Rice, I think Rice. If he's an £100 million player, fuck me, I could get in the England team at 65, because I can't see it. I can't see what he does to be an £100 million player. Honestly, Jordan Henderson doesn't do what he does for Liverpool. As what Gary's just said, there's certain players play for England and freeze, or they think, oh, I've made it now, I've played for England, I ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah.
And there's certain players who do turn up and don't do that. And I think Jordan Henderson's one of them.
Or definitely down to, because they're going into a completely different system.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the problem these days is a lot of clubs build the team around certain players, and I think certain England players, they have the team built around them. Well, when they go to England, that ain't the case. So I was saying with Harry Kane, is it Harry Kane or is it the England scenario? You know. But
the thing is, what we've always talked about since us three have been together is this playing out from the back nonsense. You're putting yourself under pressure straight away. When that's what I want to repeat myself. You've got to play like Harry Kane. Play it up to him. He can hold it up. There ain't many forwards as good as Kane at holding the ball up. He's brilliant at it. You knock it up to him and he can bring others in. We're fucking about around the 6-yard box.
Yeah, we
are.
You're
not going to score a goal. Got to get it forward. Get it pass forward. You know, and we don't. We piss about at the back.
Okay, I'd like to talk about Jordan. I'd like to go down the other end of the field now and talk about Jordan Pickford. He came in for a lot of abuse. People nicknaming him T-Rex because he's got little arms. Right in this tournament, hasn't he? Let's be fair.
He's what?
He's done okay in this tournament, hasn't he?
Well, he ain't had a lot to do, really, has he?
Yeah, but what he has had to deal with, he's dealt with it solidly.
I think he's too small for a keeper for a start. But then again, who are you going to bring in to replace him? He's not the biggest of keepers, isn't it? And he do make some balls ups and all when he played for Everton. He's made some atrocious.
He has done. So apparently, Martin and Gary, he's seen a psychologist to knock that out of his game. All the I see Gary.
Like Yuri Geller moved the ball in '96.
Yeah, I mean, so he doesn't make those rash decisions.
So
I'm rating for Pickford at the moment. I really am.
Look, again, I come back to. I think we've been fortunate with the group we got. I don't think it maybe Croatia turned it on a bit tonight and got 3 goals, but overall, I don't think we've really been up against it, and that's why I worry about when we do. And I think that is when you're going to see whether Pickford's up for the job or not.
Right, let me ask you two something now.
Yeah.
How are you going to get on if we play, say, Holland? What's going to happen?
Holland?
Yeah, if we get Holland in the draw. Can we get Holland? If we play, if we play Holland, Spain, Portugal, or Germany, how are we going to fare, Italy? How are we going to fare against these so-called bigger teams?
I think two things are going to happen. I think either England will step up their game and play what's in them, or we'll get shown up for what we are, which is at the moment a boring team that passes backwards and sideways.
I mean, to answer, I guess I'll just come back to what I've already said, and that is, unless we can score goals, which at the moment I'm not seeing that evidence. Based on, I know we've won 2 of the games 1-0, but I'm not seeing evidence that we're strong up front in terms of like the potency. I think unless we can score goals, them sides you're naming, Martin, will open England up.
Oh, undoubtedly.
They will open England up. Unlike what we've seen so far, we will get opened up and they will have great goal scoring opportunities. And like I said before, you got the likes of Ronaldo, De Bruyne. They ain't going to miss.
No.
They're going to hit the back of the net. So we are going to come up against games where it is going to be down to, they could get a couple of goals. We've got to outscore. We ain't going to.